the Family Hour. For the American Armed Forces and their allies, a special rebroadcast of The Family Hour with Al Goodman and his orchestra, GLADYS SWARTHOUT, and Jose Ferrer. And here he is, your host, Jose Ferrer.
Thank you, and good afternoon. I've always had a special fondness for the titles of popular songs, and while my interest in them hasn't amounted to a statistical survey exactly, I couldn't help noticing how many of those songs are based on everyday expressions like night and day, time on my hands, till we meet again, and so on. One recent afternoon, I even went so far as to jot down a couple I thought of myself. What of it? No more, no less, and whatever happens. Of course, these may have been used already, so let's drop the whole thing, and get on to our first selection, which is a song with just such a familiar expression in the title, Fine and Dandy. None But the Lonely Heart. Miss Swarthout? Suppose I told you that about 100 man-hours of labor are equal to 2.5 minutes of entertainment. Would you believe me? Well, I can prove it. First, it probably took a total of 75 hours to conceive and write the song you're going to hear next. To prepare it for your ears, Al Goodman worked with his arrangers for another 20 hours. The singer worked for 4 hours on it with his coach, and finally it was rehearsed for 1 hour by all concerned here in the studio. Total, 100 hours. And I think you will all agree that it was worth it as Reed Kennedy sings this delightful miniature, Song of Songs.
Night in June when first we met. Do you remember, love, the words we spoke? Have you forgotten all the tender vows we made in the silent, magical moonbeams light? Gone are the golden dreams with summer roses, and all our tenderest vows were made but to be broken. Song of songs, song of memory, and broken melody of love and life, nevermore to me can that melody fill the heart with the joy once it knew. Oh, night of bliss, night of June and love, beneath the stars, amid the roses, oh, dream of delight that faded at dawn. Oh, song of songs, oh, night of bliss, when you were my whole world of love. When you were my whole world of
How times have changed since the immortal bard, Shakespeare, wrote the unforgettable love drama, Romeo and Juliet. And how tender were the lines of Romeo as he gazed upon his Juliet and said, "But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek." Very beautiful, isn't it? Well, times have changed. Here's the way a present-day Romeo, better known as Jack Smith, might express these same sweet sentiments to a present-day Juliet. Put your arms around me, honey.
Put your arms around me, honey. Hold me tight. Cuddle up and cuddle up with all your might. Oh, babe, won't you go them eyes that I just idolize. When they look at me, my heart begins to flow. Then it starts to rockin' like a motorboat. Oh, baby. Oh, I I never knew any girl like you. Nighttime am a falling, everything is still, and the moon am a shining from above. Cupid am a calling, every Jack and Jill. It's just about the time for making love. Put your arms around me, honey. Hold me just a bit more tight. Cuddle up and cuddle up with all of your might. Oh, babe, won't you roll them eyes that I can't help idolize? When you look at me, my heart begins to flow. Then it starts rocking like a motorboat. Oh, oh, I never knew anybody quite like you. One for me, no one else I can see. Put your arms around me, hold me tight.
Salome, the heroine of a well-known biblical tale, has been represented as two completely dissimilar characters in opera. In Strauss's opera, Salome is a designing, lustful creature who wreaks her vengeance on the prophet John because he scorns her love. The Salome of Massenet's opera Hérodiade, on the other hand, is a young girl who loves the prophet devotedly and unselfishly. In the first act of Hérodiade, she is seen in the palace of Herod, and she reminisces about this man who had befriended her in the desert. He is kind, he is good, she says, in one of the famous arias from the opera. That aria, Il est doux, il est bon, will be sung for you by GLADYS SWARTHOUT.
Lui que je vais
A lot of the music that I particularly like brings up some memory or other, and I know that this happens to all of you. It might be a melancholy memory or a very happy one. But what I'm trying to say is that a certain melody becomes associated with people or events in your mind, and it stays that way. As an illustration, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers always leap up before my eyes doing that wonderful dance they did in their first big film success, Flying Down to Rio, whenever I hear the music of the Continental. Al Goodman and his orchestra play it for you now. Swarthout again. Gladys, may I call you Miss Swarthout?
Why, certainly, Jose. That is, if I may call you Mr. Ferrer.
That's fine. You know, it would make it... Say, wait a minute. There's something wrong someplace. What I meant to say was, Miss Swarthout, may I call you Gladys?
Why, yes, and I should have said, why, certainly, Mr. Ferrer. That is, if I may call you Jose.
Well, I'm glad we got this straightened out. After all, I've been a member of the Family Hour for several weeks now, and I can't see any reason for being so formal. Can you, Gladys?
None at all. Jose?
Then would you mind singing Amapola for us, Miss Swarthout?
Why, of course, I'd love to sing Amapola, Mr. Ferrer.
There is little that I can add to what has already been said about the merits of the songs you're going to hear next. You all know that they were written by Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein II, and that they come from one of the greatest of all American operettas, Hey Fella, Old Man River, and You Are Love.
And them that plants them is soon forgotten. But old man River, it just keeps rolling along. You and me, we swam his train, body all aching and racking with pain. Tote that barge, lift that bale, get a little drunk, and you land in jail. Oh, kids are weary and sick of crying. I'm tired of living and fear of dying. But old man River, he just keeps
This rebroadcast of the Family Hour is a presentation of the Armed Forces Radio Service.